Hi, everyone. I'm here to get started in a minute with Reconnection with Self, a live channeled painting. My name is Katherine Skaggs. We're in my studio. And my job today is to connect to the energy and the essence of this focus on reconnection with self and to support you with a live channeled painting. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, smudge and clean some energy with some sage and some Palo Santo and a little bit of sacred tobacco to set the space and to call in some helpers to honor you and to honor your journey here and to invite you into a time of deepening. So thanks for inviting me. Here we are. We're at the studio. You're going to be able to watch the painting unfold over the next hour or so. But first of all, I'm going to offer up some smoke to you to clean away anything you need to let go so you can go deeper with your soul self and with your life in greater joy. So I got some fire here and some sage, along with some Palo Santo, clean and clear, to prepare myself in the space to open up to spirit and to the divine, to show us the way, to see what wants to come in. So I honor you and thank you for being part of this. Hi, Kathy. It's good to see you here. And everybody else who wants to join. Bring a little Palo Santo. And I am going to bring in some sacred tobacco. I work with shamans from Peru, and this is one of their medicines. It's pure nicotine rustica, and I've already put some prayers in it. It's not a cigarette, I promise. And I'm going to use this to clean. So if you got anything big that you're wanting to let go of, I want you to set an intention now to reconnect with yourself and to release anything that needs to be released and to open to love and open to beauty. There's some sacred tobacco for you. Here's some Palo Santo and sage. We're going to give that to our ceremony to bring in our guides, helpers, and angels to support us. I've already been getting some energy around this. So with that said, I want to open up connection to the directions and to spirit. So I'd like to ask that we connect to the east and to new beginnings and possibilities as we come in, to honor the east as a place of the great void and possibility, to hold your prayers for yourself right now, to hold in the light, to in a place for possibility to be planted and to grow. I'd like to also call in the spirit of the south to come into this painting to help us reconnect with tribe and community in a place of growth, to give all the energy, light, and nourishment we need to grow our dreams, to deepen our place with ourselves and with spirit and with our world. I'd like to call in the spirit of the west to help come and clean us through this activity here, to help clean our hearts and clean our minds and clean our bodies so we can be present to the truth of who we are and to be full of light, be full of joy. And with that cleaning, let us harvest in the west. Let us bring in all the beauty and the love and the joy and all our gifts and bring it to light so we can be still and know ourselves. I'd like to also call in the spirit of the north to help hold us in this container this time so we can go deep within ourselves in our dream time, where we can also rest, where we can regenerate and take care of ourselves. And to Father Sky, I'd like to invite you to protect us and watch over us and fill us with light. And to Mother Earth, I'd like to ask that you resource us to connect us to all your abundance, your beauty and joy, and to bring that into us to help us to balance ourselves between heaven and earth. And to Great Spirit, I ask that you guide this painting to help us know what we need to know and experience for reconnection with self. So I'm going to get started. Part of the energy I've already been feeling, of course, is the energy of divine love. And I connect to gods and goddesses, all sorts of archetypal energies, and I immediately am feeling Mother Mary here, radiating her light and her illumination to hold us, and to use this painting as an activity to download us, to raise our frequencies and to bring us into our heart spaces, to bring us into our Christ light, our Buddha light, to help us understand that, the way the energy is flowing is to help anchor these higher dimensional energies in here now, to make them accessible. And I begin very abstractly, follow my guidance, how it feels and wants to come in. I don't have a preconceived idea. I did kind of have a vision before we started, and that's part of this. And my guides are telling me this is about heart spaces and opening our hearts so we can be more expansive and bring that through the way we express ourselves and live this life. So this painting is opening a portal and a doorway as you look at it and as you observe this session and as you work with your intentions. This is definitely a place for you to connect and to catch the energy. That's part of the opportunity here. And the way the energy is coming in is to help heal the heart and open the heart. So it is absolutely to expand that heart space. We have many ascended masters who are coming in to support our energies and help us to be the vehicles of light. So in reconnecting with ourselves, it's time to be still, to take time for ourselves out of our busy schedules, and to absolutely connect with our beauty and the truth of who we are. That we have lots of support, and we can take time to slow down. We can take time to let love in. We can take time to be more receptive, no matter how busy and active we are. It's really important we take these times for ourselves and step out of linear time, that you have enough time, that you have enough resources and energy to help you remember all of who you are. This painting is also about reflection, and that you are timeless. You are much more than what you achieve and what you want to create in this next hour or lifetime. That you are timeless and your gifts are within you. And that taking time is a very important piece. So this reflection here is going to be hopefully multidimensional in the way it wants to come through. Let's reflect connection of you from heaven to earth, and your beauty and reflected state of being, to heighten your remembering of who you are. To remind you to slow down, that everything is created from that state of stillness. Let's see where all this wants to go. It's kind of funny as I do this, my guides are reminding me not to get quote unquote locked in too soon, which is sometimes what we want to do when we're creating our lives. We want to get a structure and make it finite and quick and safe. And there's times in our expansiveness we need to be open and possible and allow things to shift so they can come into greater possibility and explore what it's like to be expansive, explore what it's like to be bigger than we've been. That's part of this energy coming in, is to move into possibility and to see how this wants to shapeshift. It may completely change. That happens at times. And that's life. It's how things refine. Constant conversation. the energy of the Christ light, the Buddha light, the golden octave of wisdom wants to activate and be very clear with this energy of unconditional love for each one of us, and from within us as well as from these higher dimensional energies wants to be reflected here. That within each one of us lives a mystic. No matter where we are in our lives, there's a sacred part of ourselves with our, call our sacred hearts. Sorry for that noise there. And it's time we get to know that so we can dream our worlds with this power of the heart through beauty and peace. And remember what that's like. Our world is rather nutty out there, so we're the change. And we need these spaces of great peace, quiet, celebration, ceremony to help us restore ourselves and to not be defined by the outer world, but to be defined by a vast inner knowing and remembering. To reconnect to the sacred heart, that divine heart that we each carry. No matter what it looks like on the outside, we all have it. So it's time to reconnect to that peace, divinity within ourselves. Part of this energy I'm hearing, many of you might know, I work with the divine feminine, and that is part of reconnecting to self, is reconnecting to our receptive side, not just our accomplishing side or doer, but to really nourish the part of ourselves that knows how to completely let in and receive and be still and be joyful in that connectedness to something bigger than ourselves, to gentleness and kindness, to possibility and peace, to one who is able to dream anew, and in doing so, birth anew, give light to a new pattern and a new way of being. That we all have that possibility when we get still and not just be in our doing mode, to be in our heart mode. This energy wants to light up the crown chakra and the connection to spirit, to the divine. There are many, many, many ascended masters here that I'm experiencing. I feel Paramahansa Yogananda and Jesus and Kuan Yin and Mother Mary, many, many beings who are here to help us. They want you to know that you're not alone in this reconnection, that you have lots of support and help. Imagine, whoops, a lot of energy here, I'm dropping things. Imagine that as this energy comes in, it's activating this awakened self and giving you an expansiveness of connecting to your light, to your sacred heart, to your inner knower, your inner shaman, a part of you who's aware that you're dreaming this life. Imagine that. What would that be like for you to absolutely know and experience yourself as the creator and dreamer of your life and the participant of awakening humanity, of awakening a species into greater love, of knowing that you chose to be here at a time where your connection to yourself activates the connection of all of us who experience our individuality. Isn't that a great idea? My guide says it's not just an idea, it's what you're here for. I'm like, okay. My guides also want to honor all of you, your higher selves, and your guidance system, your knowers. That each one of you have this capacity to connect through stillness, through intention, through desire, to this higher guidance system of the soul and of spirit and all your teams. And that there's great expansion happening for each of you through love, through surrendering, suffering, through great intention, through clarity. Everyone has helpers and guides here. So I'm working on this next piece. It's really important as we feel into and know ourselves and connect to expand that energy through our expression, whether that be speaking, teaching, dancing, painting. How do you express? What is your beauty that wants to speak to the world? Because you have it, one way or the other, it's in you and wants to come out. So the energy coming now is this blue light. As I'm painting it, understand Archangel Michael's here to help support you and protect you in your journey of being authentic and true to yourself. That reconnecting to self and knowing yourself is about authenticity and trusting your own ability to express and to direct your energy, direct your light, be confident to just be you. To radiate that beauty into the world. It's the gift we have to be ourselves. To share that just through your beingness. It's not that you need to do anything, it's your willingness to just be yourself. Each one of us is here to wake up and to participate in a mass possibility of waking up as we connect, to bring greater love and joy, and simply being attentive to that in our own selves, that we are the place to start, that is where it's at. You are the light. Of course, my guides are quite funny at times. So the song I hear in my head is Little Light of Mine. So now I hope you have it in your head. Imagine this is you. This is your essence coming in. To give yourself time and space for self-love, respect, honor, stillness, joy, play, wisdom, being still and observing, not taking everything personally. Now, being in a body, sometimes it's a little challenging, but it's all right. We're all in this together. We're all learning. My guides are constantly directing me as I'm over here doing what I'm doing. I want to bring in some green, heart green energy. See if I can make that happen. Kathy, it's great having you here. You are funny. I catch your comments a little bit as I look over from my painting, so it's great. All of you who are giving your comments, thank you, and who've shown up. It's interesting seeing if I can pay attention and catch some of what you have to share. So part of this painting is about the Sacred Heart. So over the next 10 days, I'm going to plant a seed for you. What would it be like for your reconnection to yourself to be reconnecting to the sacredness of your own being, the sacredness of your heart spaces, the sacredness your life is offering you, that you can play and dance and be sacred with your thoughts, with your feelings, with your intentions and your desires, and that you are protected and supported in your sacredness, that your heart is a doorway and a portal to the divine you, to the sacred heart, that this energy has been reflected in many divine beings as they wake up, the Sacred Heart. Christianity has shown Jesus and Mother Mary. Many beings that I paint have this open heart energy in medicine that radiates. And the Sacred Heart is the doorway to your soul. It's the doorway to your true knowing. I had an amazing experience many, many moons ago where I had a white light experience. And in that, I was shown and experienced vibrationally, feeling, just totality of knowing that if I have a question, my heart knows the answer. And the only answer is one of unconditional love. That if your choices are anything but love and are of the head and of some other decision-making process, step away. Step toward the heart. Step toward the light. Step toward kindness. Step toward joy. Step toward havingness of love and havingness of community. Step toward what makes you light up. That any other choices are not of the heart and they're not of the soul. Your soul knows the way and the heart is the path. It's the GPS for the map of life. And this painting, as I'm doing it, it's not just creating an image, it's a vibration to help you remember that and to choose by your heart that whatever messages coming through are also embedded in this color and in this image. and that they are a reflection of you, that they are a reflection of your power, of your heart space, and of your soul self, and of your knowing, to bring light and illumination not only to you, but to everything around you. That you are the vessel, and you are the connection to possibility and to being. I should know how to turn that sound off without me doing my thing. And so it's a continued connection of the heart light here. A reminder that you are amazing. And yes, somebody just wrote, the heart light shines through all of us. Absolutely. That is right on. That is all there is to do. We are the way through our hearts. So all you sensitives out there, as this energy comes in, tune in if you're not already, which you probably are, and see if you can sense into literally the feeling and the vibration coming off this energy of this painting to light you up, to support you in activation of your heart light to a new and expanded level. That's part of the energy of this piece, is to help expand and support that in you. Each of you have amazing energy, and you're all contributing to this image. You are the inspiration. The gathering of all of you and your intentions to participate are what generate this image. I don't. I just show up and ask to get out of the way and to provide a container and a reflection for you of all that you've asked for. And so you are creating this. I'm holding the brush, and you are generating the light and the energy and the power of this piece here. And all the words that are being spoken come from your higher selves and our gathering, our intentions for being here today. And for participating, setting the energy of possibility. Keep dropping stuff. The energy of possibility for the next 40 days. This image is one of inner reflection, the time of giving to the self, of peace and radiance. As I'm doing this, if anybody would like to, think of all the qualities of what reconnection to self means to you. And I want you to imagine visualizing them or feeling the energy and sending this direction into this painting that you're consciously intending and participating. Sending those vibes over here. See what else happens, what other colors want to come through. What other messages want to come through? you want to, write them down on the messages here. As I'm attending to her face, I really feel Kuan Yin, who stepped in earlier, and Buddha, this energy of compassion and mercy. And I also hear the words grace as I'm bringing this piece in, truly connecting it to compassion for ourselves. I know when life is challenging, that is probably one of the biggest learning pieces we have, is to truly be compassionate toward ourselves and toward the emotions we experience and toward others. So if we can't give it to ourselves, it's very challenging whether or not we can give that to around us. So Kwame wants to assist in bringing in some light frequencies to truly help us drop into and catch the light codes of the heart that are complete compassion and forgiveness for ourselves for when we don't quite hit the mark, so that we can let go of any difficult energies, because that's where it's at. We want to help humanity truly be kind to ourselves. And as long as I've been on this path, that's probably the biggest lesson, to keep working on that one. And since we are at the beginning of this 40 days, symbolically, I would say that symbolizes the East in the medicine wheel. At least that's what I'm putting on it. And that's reconnection with self, being lined up with the beginning of this journey broken into 4 parts. This perfect place to go deep into the great void, into possibility. Imagine going into the sunrise and into new beginnings, and it begins with each one of us. And that this image is symbolizing that first step of planting the seeds, connecting to the container that holds a space of beauty and possibility for ourselves. And it's that place where there's no judgment. It's just pure possibility, pure beauty. But there's nothing written on the page, so to speak. It is that cosmic void, just waiting for your excitement and your joy, and you're like the little kid at a holiday ready to see what wants to come. It's like my motto for the last number of years is, how good can it get? So at this particular place of dropping into self-care, reconnection with self, how wonderful can it be to fully reconnect with your awesomeness, your beauty, your divinity? What can that be like? How wonderful is that? How amazing can you be? Not just like to do, but to feel it, to know it, to love yourself. That is a force to be reckoned with. A force bigger than anything we can imagine is that amazing ability to radiate your light, just being you. And as I'm painting, I'm being reminded that, just like us, life is lots of layers, many colors, many experiences, creating a tapestry, refining and adding and taking away. It's constant. We really are artisans, whether we know it or not, all of us, creating our lives, responding, choosing, re-choosing. Take some reflection sometimes to know what to choose to do different. So over this time of this next 10 days, what would you like to do different as you reconnect to yourselves? What would it be like if you were completely supported to be fluid and shift? Maybe you're already in a shift. What would it be like to rest and know that all is well? And that everything is going better than you can imagine? What if there's complete grace for the journey you're on? As we connect to ourselves, I think that knowing that we're supported is a wonderful thing. Even if you can't see it in your outer family or friends, Spirit's got you, the divine has you. So what's it like for you to get really aware of the support of all your helpers, all your spirit guides and angels and beings of light who just really love supporting you. Again, the energy coming in is at the throat chakra now, creating a radiant expression. The other thing I hear right now is Mother Earth's got your back. Call on her and ask her to help you support yourself, to nourish yourself, to take time. She's very happy to do so. You got some cleaning to do, with letting go lay down on her. Go lay face first on the earth. The weather's getting better wherever you live, I'm hoping. And go lay down on her to release as you get to reconnect. Let her support you. All this energy really wants to amp up in here. Find layers of dots and strokes to oftentimes just vibe it right on up there. This is a reflection of as you also tune into your essence, the effect of this light exploding into the world. This reconnection with self feels very much like the messages: be vibrant, connect, and know that it expands because you take time to be still and connect. Makes you more and more capable to carry that into your field, to activate all your hopes and dreams, that this is the first step to create a new reality, is to know that taking time and going outside of linear time is the absolute importance of being able to expand all your dreams. It's not in the doing, it's in the connection. The actions and the support will follow. So in reconnection to yourself, I'm going to bring in a teaching I got from my shamanic teachers is imagine that as you reconnect to yourself, that you're creating a stronger container for your physical health, for your spiritual health, for your emotional health. It's creating a container is like getting a really good energy field for all your dreams. It's like tending your garden, that the container of your energy field gets stronger as you connect to your heart space and to your spiritual self, your knowing, and that this supports everything you hope to experience in this world, in this life. Change your health and your well-being. Change your relationship to the world around you and all your relations with your love, with your family, with all you meet. And I notice that as I'm doing this, I try to pay attention to every which way I'm directed. I'm working on this, my right side, which is the left side, which is the feminine receptive part. So that's the first place this expansion is, and it's like a healing of it. It's like an awareness and acknowledgement of it. And it is like that connects and feeds the masculine. So if we're living in a polarity of male and female, of up and down and left and right, imagine as we feed the feminine, we nourish that part of ourselves, it nourishes the masculine. And if we fail to feed that receptive, feminine, pleasure, happy part of ourselves, then we get out of balance. Oh, there's a great big white dot that just happened to come in. I feel like it's an acknowledgement of where we're headed here. As I'm doing this, I hear a directive for all of you. It's as if my grandmother were talking to me, but it's not my grandmother. It's a guide coming in. I just want to say, bless your heart. I love it. Now I get these energies. It's like, you've got these helpers. We've got these helpers. Our spirits. And it's like, bless your heart. Bless our hearts. Bless them. Literally, take time to bless your heart, to bless yourself, to know that your reconnection is a sacred piece that you get to bless and honor you. And what does that mean to you? Maybe time to take gratitude, to just adore yourself as if you would another you loved, and what you hope for from others, to give that to yourself. The energy coming in now, I'm understanding our light rooting into this dimension, rooting the soul self in, anchoring you between your higher dimensional soul self and your earthly self. That these are symbolic of not only rays of light coming off this reflection of a beautiful being, but also symbolic of the rays of light that literally anchor you into the physical dimension. That being here is how you become enlightened. part of the game is to literally have a body and to anchor your light into this dimension. And that as you reconnect to yourself, doing grounding exercises would be an excellent thing to participate in, grounding down into Mother Earth. Imagine yourself as a tree of life and of light, connecting above to your higher, vast, multidimensional self and to source energy, to the divine. And imagine yourself as the conduit, the one who has roots into earth as well as your heavenly self, above and below. And that your process of self-love and waking up to being all of who you are from the inside to the outside activates and anchors into this earth, into the species we call humanity. That through our connectedness, we absolutely give an expression and expansion of light. As we wake up, that is how we support the whole. I heard a story once one of my teachers have had about the Buddha, and he was sitting under the Bodhi tree, enlightened he was, enjoying bliss and enjoying being connected in his inner world. And one of his devotees or his students came up to him, and he was all frazzled, and he said, Buddha, 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 I need you. Wake up, come out of your meditation, come here. And so in a moment or two, Buddha comes out and he says, yes, what can I do for you? And this guy said, we need your help. There's all these people suffering out here. And Buddha's like, yeah, so? He says, you need to help us. What do we do? And this monk is just really adamant that he wants to help stop all this suffering and all those other people and on this planet. And so Buddha says, you really want to know what to do? And he says, well, yeah, that's why I disturbed you. He says, okay, are you listening? He says, yes. And he said, become enlightened. And he went back to meditating. So that's all we really, really must undertake. No matter what we do out in the world, that is our first task. And so may this time of reconnecting activate our committedness and our ability to connect to our divinity and to our beauty and to our awakeness, to be fully awake, be fully alive, be fully divine in our remembering of who we are. It just wants to get more and more light around it. Just like we just want to get more and more light around us. Oh, okay. So some symbols are going to come in onto the symbol of this clothing here. And it's spirals, light colored spirals. And these are symbolic of creation energy, of flow, of never-ending flow, of portals. And that it's about expression being on the location of the clothes. Is that she is expressing to us what is within us. In our ability to be ourselves is to fully express ourselves as creator beings, as those who dream new realities of greater joy and love and peace. And that energy is being embedded in this painting and in this portal to help us activate our energy bodies, to remember what it's like to be fully creator being supported and in the flow, that we focus on that light possibility and we're patient and we're gentle with ourselves and compassionate, that everything is okay, everything is working out, everything is well, and all is in order, and we are exactly where we need to be, and everything flows through us. Everything is being created. Boy, I gotta fix that setting on this thing. Sorry about that noise. There it is again. All right. So as I'm doing this, as you reconnect with self, what are your prayers for yourself of possibility? Now, figure out how to turn that thing off. Oh no. Hope you can still see me. Something moved on my end. Okay. What is it like to be quiet and to wonder how good it can get? What's it like to be curious about being in the flow? You have any projects or challenges in your life? What's it like for you to ponder that all flows and works out, that you get exactly what you need at exactly the right time, that you're patient, and that there's a divine plan unfolding that supports you to be still and to act at exactly when is perfect timing? Just ask that question, because the cosmos is going to answer your curiosity. The quantum field is activated through your curiosity, and the universe must answer you. So you're creating a new reality by asking all the right questions. There's fear you need to let go of, or problems. Ponder what it's like to have the solutions show up with ease and grace. Ponder that, and then let go. Imagine there's nothing to do except to enjoy the energy of possibility, and that everything is shown to you and you hear it as you need to. You hear, see, sense, feel your guidance. That this is one of the tools to use as you reconnect yourself, is to be in curiosity of what it's like to feel and sense and know your wholeness, to give to yourself, to love yourself, to have all the right information and support that you've ever needed and desired. Alrighty, we are getting there. Okay, we're getting to an hour almost, and this little painting has come along pretty nicely. Not quite done, so don't worry. This feminine essence energy is expanding and reflecting you and your inner priestess, your inner shaman, your inner light. Activating your soul self into your conscious mind at an entirely new level of possibility. I'll always take an activation for something like that. I hope you are truly experiencing that. So before I wrap it up, I'm going to put a few star codes, or what I call light language, in here. I understand these symbols and squiggles that are coming in are to help support your expansion into your wholeness and your greater self, and expanded awareness, abundance, vast abundance, for being able to express your gifts, to explore gratitude as an activator, and gratitude for yourself, where you receive as much as you give. Some of you healers and light workers, I know that is just as important on the journey as anything, is to truly receive as much as you give, to let it soak in and be in balance with how you're in the world and what you offer, to really honor your gifts and your joy, your love, your beauty. This is much gratitude for you being present and for your light. As I'm doing this, there is some shift taking place. I don't know if anybody else felt that. Something just changed. An amp up of vibration. With many light brothers and light sisters, ascended masters, other beings from other dimensions who are highly supportive of humanity's awakening. We have a ton of support. So activities like this 40-day event and us coming together in community is part of the deal for all of us to show up and wake up and be aware that we have lots of love and light being sent our direction, lots of light codes to reprogram our experience, to reprogram our awareness, to wake us up, and to open to greater amounts of love within and all around. Okay, I'm going to turn this around where everybody can see what we've got going on here. The lighting is okay. Oops. All right. I'll ask her name in a little while, but I hope that she blesses you and brings you light, and that this session activates you in this journey. I'll post a photo later when I get a better one of it. And I want to thank you for all of your beauty and light and everything you contributed for this energy to come through. I'll make it available for you to enjoy digitally. And also, as I usually do, I make it available for you to have an image of it physically if you would like. So many blessings. I'll be back here again, I think 10 days from now, offering again another live painting with the next piece. So I hope you're all blessed and loved, and thank you for joining us.